Hello, everyone. Today is day 3, Friday, April 23rd. By the way, I forgot yesterday was Earth Day, so happy, Earth Day a little bit late. So, if you are watching the replay later, please put, the little hashtag replay. Say where you are tuning from, how is it going, and let me know if you have any questions in the comment. Waiting for maybe some beautiful ladies to come on live today. And in the meantime, while we wait, let's just maybe wrap up, not wrap up, let's just recap a little bit what we discussed about day 1 and day 2. Day 1 was mindset, thoughts, emotions, stress. How all of those really affect, create reaction in the body that can, be, how do we say, an impediment? I don't know if it's the right word, to fertility. Hey, I don't know who's here, but say hi, say hi, say hi. Let me know where you are tuning from and how is the weather where you are at. Hello everybody, hello everybody. So I was just talking about recapping a little bit day 1 and 2, mindset, do you have any limiting belief being in the way of you getting pregnant? Do you experience a lot of stress in your life? That was day 1. Day 2 was about food and how it's important to correct any depletion or deficiencies that may be in the body. Having good digestion, very important too. And today will be about toxicity. So you may see by now that infertility is not just a matter of, a good diet and maybe some pill and, gone. It could be more than that. And I like to say like it's multi-layered. So for some women, maybe just changing the diet may be enough. Maybe the body was just a little bit tired, was lacking no minerals and nutrients, and just, adopting a correct diet, eliminating certain food like caffeine, alcohol, stuff like that, may be enough. And maybe not. For some other women, and I think in every cases anyway, you want to look at toxicity. But for some women, there may be a whole other layer, which is about the mindset and, what is in the subconscious limiting your ability to create. So anyway, today, toxicity. Before we get into the training, I would love for you to just close your eyes for a minute. Closing your eyes, using your breath to come present with me, bring your awareness into your body and into that present moment with me right now. And really having this intention for yourself that in this training, you will get exactly what you need today. Breathing in, breathing out, and keeping an open mind, just receiving what it is that's there for you today. Okay. Toxicity. So we know it's not a news. Hey, say hi, please, ladies. Say hi. Let me know where you are tuning from. So it's not a big news that we live in a toxic soup. Okay, I'm not breaking the news here. Thousands, like here this number, thousands of new chemicals are introduced every year. Isn't it crazy? How can we think that the body can adapt, fast enough to be able to clear all those up, from it? So it's everywhere. It's in your food, it's in the water, it's in the air we breathe, it's in your cleaner, cleaning product, your personal care products, it's in your mattress, your clothes, your chair, your carpet, your sheets on your bed. It's just crazy, okay? So and it's not because we cannot see it that it's not there. It is there. I don't know if you heard this study that say that before a woman even leaves her house on morning, she has been in contact with over 300 different chemicals. I mean, it's like, wow, mind-blowing, right? And there is another study that is even scarier. Have you heard this thing that they found that there are over 250 different chemicals in the umbilical cord of a newborn baby? What does that mean? Well, it means that babies are born toxic. And my point of view, my belief is that because of this, compounding toxicity around us, that's one of the biggest reasons why people are sick today, and one of the biggest reasons why kids experience like sickness earlier in their life and stuff that they 50 years ago, we didn't talk about diabetes in a kid, no. So that's why it's very important wherever you are on your journey to take care of this aspect now before you get pregnant, so that you enjoy a healthy pregnancy, a pregnancy that you can carry to term, and you can give birth to a very healthy baby. I mean, you are growing a little baby here, with growing brain and all of that. You don't want to grow a baby in a toxic soup, right? Who say yes? I don't want to create a baby in a toxic soup. Who can say yes with me? We want, our kids we want to give them the best chance to be healthy in life. And that's our responsibility. It is. So, it's everywhere. Your cell phone, EMF, hydration, all of that. Now, what is toxicity? So it's all those chemicals that the body doesn't really know what to do with. And it's all the pesticides, plastic, heavy metals like mercury, aluminum. If you have like amalgam, in your mouth, probably mercury. Mercury in your fish. What else? What else, guys? Pharmaceuticals. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands. So, why is it important to talk about that in a fertility course? Because all these toxins create a big burden on our body. Our body needs to deal with it, right? And they create, like chronic inflammation and stress in our body. A body that's stressed, remember, may not allocate resources to the reproductive system. It needs to deal with the stress first. Remember, there is a stress state, fight or flight, and then we have the rest and digest, relax state, where healing can happen, where detoxification can happen, and that is more, what's the name? I'm losing my English, guys. More conducive to having a baby too. So chronic inflammation, chronic stress, it's very disruptive to our hormones because of all, the estrogen mimicking, molecules out there. So disrupt our hormones, disrupt our microbiome, our body. Just you cannot be truly healthy if your body cannot process and eliminate those toxins. And because there is just so much, we are exposed to so much, it's harder for our body to be able to deal with it every day. So what can we do? What can we do about it? Because, again, my thing is going away. What can we do, guys? Because that's what's important, okay? Okay, so we can agree toxicity is a real issue today for everybody and anybody, okay? All of those, weird diseases we have today, they are linked somehow to toxicity. Alzheimer, linked to mercury in the brain. Autism, ADHD, ADD, toxins in the brain. And we can go on and on and on. So it's a real issue, okay? A real issue. So what can we do about it? Because it's an issue for everybody, but especially you, if you are someone who desires to have a baby. It's even more important. I cannot stress that enough, to take care of that issue now before getting pregnant. It's important for you, and it's important for your baby and your kids, and future generations. Why? Because one thing that you may say like, I've never been exposed to mercury, for example. But here's something to understand is there is such a thing as generational toxicity. What does it mean? It means that we get all the toxic burden, toxic load from our parents. They get it from their parents, and etc. etc. Do you know that in your body right now, you may have thousands old mercury sitting in your cells right now? Boom, right? Yes, because again, it's something that gets passed on in utero, generation after generation after generation, and some heavy metal like mercury, will be around for years and years, for thousands of years. So unless you do actually something to get it out of your body, you will die with it, and you will pass it down to your kids. So when you think of that, so we keep, accumulating generation after generation, we keep compounding, and then there is also everything we've been exposed through our own lifetime, and it's just more and more and more and more and more. So, when we think about all that, it's like, oh my God, we are all doomed, one day we are just like going to die from, disease and stuff, from all this toxic, if you don't do anything, well, that could be a chance. Now, but the good news is there are things we can do. And the body, again, being as amazing as it is designed to clear those toxins out on a daily basis. So, what else do I want to tell you? Okay, so the body is designed to take care of those toxins. We have our lungs that, filter air, and we inhale oxygen, we release carbon dioxide. We have, and something to remember is we ingest toxins, chemicals, we put them on our skin. And I used to believe like, what I put on my skin is not coming into my body, so I'm fine. But now you have your pores and everything, so everything you put on your skin get inside of your body. Who knew that? Who is mindful of what they put on their body? Let me know. Who is mindful of what they put on their body? So I used not to, now I am. But, your shampoo, your soap, your cream, your makeup, a lot of things, right? Now the good news is we have like, cleaner alternative. But so what you ingest, what you put on your skin, and what you breathe too. What you breathe. We breathe so many toxins, guys. Whenever you go somewhere and it smells good, like those scented candles, or the trash bag that smells like lavender, or the litter. I bought some litter for my cat, a new one, and full of smell, like good smell. But all of those are, have a chemical called phthalate inside, and it's very toxic for us. And we are bombarded every day, with all those scenting things. If you have like the little thing that smell good in your car, all of those things are bad for you, and you inhale them all the time. So our lungs, is here to filter that. Lungs, skin, when you sweat, you excrete toxins. The colon is what we use to poop out and to excrete toxins. And then we have filter organs like the liver, the kidneys. So all those are very important for us. You want to make sure that you can sweat without issue. You want to make sure that you breathe. Doing a little bit of deep breathing every day is great to detoxify. There is I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher. Who loves yoga here? Who does yoga? Who loves yoga? So I'm a Kundalini yoga teacher, and we have a breath called breath of fire that is amazing to help detoxify the body, but not just the physical toxins, but also the mental and emotional toxins. It's a great breath to do every morning for like 5-10 minutes. And what it is, it's a breath that comes from the diaphragm, where you exhale. I like to say it's almost like, imagine you want to get like a little bug out of your nostril. What do? You do. So that's breath of fire. Anyway, you can look it up on YouTube. You'll find it. It's a great breath. So breathing, sweating are a great way to help the body excrete toxins. Pooping regularly, like regularly. Guys, let's have a little talk about pooping. How? I have a question for you. How many times a day do you think is healthy to have a bowel movement? How many times a day are you supposed to have a bowel movement? Let me know. Please put it in the chat here. Let me know. How many times a day do you think is healthy? One time? One day? Once every other day? Tell me. Let's get, there is a delay here, but having, like regular and healthy bowel movement, very important to get those toxins out. Because the liver filter, then it pushes this out into the intestine. And nobody wants to take a guess? Well, let me tell you. I used to think one time a day was good. Now, we, to like optimal would be 2 to 3 times a day, okay? We are supposed to have 2 to 3 times a day bowel movement, okay? Move our bowel 2 to 3 times a day. Who does that? Let me know if you do that. Now I do. I used to not. And so many people, go like once every 2 days. So that's constipation. And when you are constipated, you retain those toxins inside your body and they have time to recirculate. Not good. So you want to really make sure that you are pooping like, one time at least, 2 to 3 times, even better a day. So, use prune juice, fiber food. Again, fruits and vegetables are great for that. Whatever you need to help you poop, okay? That's very important. What was I saying? So lungs, kidney, okay, filtration. So now, how does it work? So we have specific organs that help us, like process and get rid of toxins. Okay. Now, the body, what does the body need? We go back to day 2. The body needs proper nutrition to be able to perform this detoxification function. The body needs to have adequate nutrients to be able to do that every day. So we go back to day 2. How is your diet? Are you eating those foods that are necessary for the body to detox every day? We go back to day 1, stress. The body needs to be in a rest state to be able to really process and detox. If you are in stress mode, it's this idea, there is just so much energy that your body can use at any given time. So if you are stressed, energy will move towards, resolving the stress, getting energy into the heart and your muscle to fight or flight. If you are digesting, digestion requires a lot of energy. So it's just harder to digest and detox. So you want to think of that. The body needs a certain energy to function every day. And each of the function required, energy. So same thing for your reproductive system. It's everything. It's if all of your body's energy is used because of stress, because you eat all the time, because you eat, bad food, because there is just too much toxins that your body needs to take care of, where there is less available for the reproductive function. Makes sense, okay? So, where was I? So we need proper nutrients. We need to be in a relaxed state as much as possible. So, sleeping, your sleeping time is crucial. We detox our brain when we sleep. The liver is at its peak function at 3 a.m. at night. So your sleep time is very important. Okay, so that's what we need. Okay, now, what can we do to support our body? Because, okay, great, the body has, an innate ability to take care of those toxins and stuff. Again, the body is amazing. It's beautifully designed, right? As long as I give it what it needs. So what can I do to support that so that I can prevent the toxic burden to increase in my body, like processing toxin, daily, like getting them out. And we want to be able also to start going into the burden we have, the toxic buildup we have already in our body, so that we can be in a space where, it's easier to conceive, it's easier to have a healthy pregnancy, it's easier to carry the pregnancy all the way, and we can have a healthy baby. Because, again, if your uterus is toxic, it's just going to be harder for you to conceive. If you have a lot of mucus accumulated around your ovaries because of the food you eat, it's going to be more difficult to conceive. So toxicity may be for you one of the key to being able to conceive. So what can we do? What can we do? And if you have, when the body doesn't know what to do with toxin, it puts it like in fats, in our fat cells. Imagine like fats being like a little Tupperware where, toxins are stocked, So if you are someone with a lot of fat around your midsection, that's a clue that you probably have quite a toxic load in your body that you want to take care of. If you had previous pregnancy and you had like very strong morning sickness, it's another clue that you probably deal with lots of toxicity in your body. Morning sickness, guy, when we are pregnant, it's a sign, it's just the body trying to purge. The body trying to purge. It's not something that, it's not like a bad thing. It's not fun, but it's really the body trying to purge. So the healthier you are before you get pregnant, the less likely you will have morning sickness. Okay, so what can we do? Number one, numéro un. There is, wherever you can, you want to be mindful and start looking at how can I reduce my exposure every day. So there is a lot that you cannot do anything about when you go out and all the, gas, from the car and stuff. You cannot do much about, the air you breathe. However, you have total control over what you eat, what you drink, what you put on your body, and, and then, what you have in your house, right? Am I right? Am I right or am I right? There is a part that we don't have any control over, and then there is a part that we have a full control over. So when being mindful of what you ingest first, what do you ingest? Making sure you eat organic wherever you can. And I know it's not always feasible. I know it's a little bit more pricey. But you know what you do? Go online. There is an app, I don't remember the name, where you can have the list on your cell phone of the dirty dozen and the clean 15. Dirty dozen are the 12 most dirtiest produce. Those you want to buy organic all the time. Celery, tomato, potatoes, berries, leafy greens, peaches, and I don't remember all of them. But have this list on your cell phone. And then there is a clean 15 produce that are the cleanest. Avocado is one of them. Sweet potatoes, I think, is one of them. So make sure you have those lists. So when it's on the clean 15, you can buy non-organic if you have to. If it's on the dirty dozen, you buy organic. And then use your judgment, okay? If it's a banana, well, you are going to peel the banana. So, maybe you don't have to buy organic. If it's something that you will, like the leafy green, those you want to buy organic. So wherever you can and whatever you can do is always better than not doing, okay? So wherever you can, you buy organic. If you are in a place in your life right now where you can do all organic, like 100%, yes, go for it. Even, from the spices, the herbs, the oils, everything. All organic, yes. Okay, what you eat. Now, what about your water? Water is contaminated. We know that. It's like, we have so many different stuff in our tap water, from pharmaceuticals to viruses to bacteria to chlorine to fluoride. it goes on and on. So you may say, okay, I only drink bottled water. What water do you drink, guys? Do you drink bottle or do you drink tap? I would love to know. I love discussing about water, but what do you drink? Do you drink bottle or do you drink tap? Come on, you are quite silent today. What's going on, guys? It's Friday. Bottle or tap? So you may be someone who say, well, I drink only bottled water. Yes, but then you know that in bottled water you have like thousands of, like tiny plastic particles. Filtered water, yes. Okay, Alondra, filtered water is a good option. If you can get a good filter, it's a good option. Bottle and filter. Okay, so Jennifer, here's my thing with bottle. I just mentioned it. In bottled water, you every time you drink water from a bottle, plastic bottle, you will ingest plastic particles. Plastic is just one of the things that we want to, as much as possible, limit in our life. Plastic is mostly filtered. Okay, good. Because plastic, is estrogen. It's one thing that can mimic estrogen, and then creates a lot of hormones disturbance. It's on endocrine disruptor. So plastic, no good. And you know what too? I am someone who really cares for the environment, okay? Because what are we going to give to our kids? Are we going to let them live, in a place that is just like, it's just a dump? Or are we caring enough that we, play our part when it comes to the environment? So being able to use filtered water, helps not use as much bottle and plastic and dump plastic in our environment. I'm not going on that because I can talk about that for on and on, but that's our responsibility too, to limit our plastic use for us, our body, but also for the environment. Anyway, so filter, but really do your research when it comes to filter, okay? Because there is from here to here when it comes to prices and quality. So if you buy a cheap filter, just know that you are not going to remove a lot of the stuff that is in the water. So filtration is a big subject, and there are a lot of different qualities out there. So just think of that. And when we talk about water, okay, it's the water you drink, but what about the water you use when you cook your food? What kind of water do you use when you cook your food? If you use your tap water, not filtered or anything, well then, all of those toxins go into your food. So you are still going to ingest them. Those are the things like that. I use not to think about it, okay? So I'm not, saying, you are a bad person if you don't do it. I used to not think of that. I used to, not think of, when I cook my food with the water. So what's great is if you can have a filter that you put, onto your sink. So then, you use this filtered water also to cook. For me personally, I can tell you what I have. I use what we call a Kangen machine. So it's not a filter. It has a filter, but it's an ionizer. So it's an amazing machine because it filters the water, it restructures the water, it gives me alkaline water. Anyway, it's amazing. If you have question about it, I would be happy to answer because that would be a 1 hour presentation if I talk about Kangen. But that's a great machine because it also helps me wash my produce better than tap water. That's important. One thing that I need to mention to you. Sometimes we can say, okay, let me just buy non-organic, and then once I'm home, I'll rinse it. I wash my veggie. Yes, Alondra. And we can talk about it when we have our call. So, you may say, I see a lot of people, they go home with their produce, and then they go wash them under the water. But you know what, guys? Pesticides are oil-based. Why? Because so that they don't, yeah, thank you, Hope. Pesticides are oil-based so that, they don't wash off with the rain. So when you put your tomato on your tap water, it doesn't do anything, okay? It doesn't remove anything, except maybe the dirt or whatever, but it doesn't remove the pesticide. And I will share with you a little video because with the Kangen we have a special type of water that actually remove pesticide because it emulsifies oil. And when we do a little experiment where I use my this Kangen water to wash some tomatoes compared to regular tap water, the Kangen water becomes all like yellow, like pea yellow. Okay, the water becomes pea yellow. That's all the pesticide coming out. While with the regular tap water, it's just still clear, so it doesn't remove anything. But I wish I could show you now, but I will show you the little video in the group, because when you see this water that from those tomatoes, and it's like pea yellow, okay, and you are like, if I say, would you drink that? You would say, are you out of your mind? I'm not drinking that garbage, right? And yet, because we don't see it on the tomato, we eat our tomatoes. It's the same. And when I saw that the first time, I was, oh my God. Yeah. And the worst thing is, they just keep increasing how much pesticide they use today on the food, on the crops, because you know what? Nature evolves and adapts. Bugs are becoming more resistant, and so they just use more and more. Let's not go there. It's just like a big subject, okay? That's another big thing I'm passionate about is, a farming that's mindful of, again, all of this, and, how to care for the earth in a different ways. Anyway, not the subject for today, okay? What was I saying? So, what you ingest, water, food, what you breathe, second thing, all of your perfumes. No, I used to be someone who loved perfume. You know what? When I was when I was 18 or 20 years old in France, in Paris, I used to collect perfume and bottle. I used to love that. I even wanted to become like one of those people who we call them a nose. Like those people who like train to create perfume. I wanted to do that when I was young. I'm glad I didn't do it, okay? Because all of these nice perfume are made out of chemicals, okay? And they are very destructive again. So use essential oils. Today, I only use essential oils. Today, when I smell someone with perfume, I'm like, oh my God, I can't. It's just, I've become very sensitive to it. So perfume, use essential oils instead. And then all your cleaning products, your bleach, your all-purpose cleaner, all of those stuff that you use to clean your house are full of chemicals that you breathe in, you inhale at the same time as you clean. There is a study, guys, that came out, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago, from Europe, where they show that people who clean once a week, only once a week, okay? And I bet you clean your house more than once a week. But if you clean your house once a week with those classic, cleaning products for 10 years, it's equivalent for your lungs as to smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Can you register that for a minute? Because, you may be, I don't smoke because I want to be healthy. But then yet, if you use, like bleach and stuff to clean your bathroom every day, you might as well smoke. Don't smoke, okay? Don't listen to me. But that's how bad those cleaning products are. Laundry detergent, a very dirty product. So dirty that the industry was able to lobby so that they would not have to put the list of ingredients on the bottle. Can you believe that? And okay, I'm going to do a little rant here. I'm sorry, but I have to. I'm from France, okay? And I love being here. I love being in the US. But there is one thing here, is that it feels that there is not as much protection to the people when it comes, against, like big industry interest. In France, for example, there are a lot more proactive when it comes to protecting people from those big industry, because there is this awareness, that there is like individual have less power than big industries. So the government, try to put everything back in balance. So for example, here in the US, industry can use, you make your own good Alondra. So here in the US, industry can use a chemical, whether they know if it's safe or not. They can use it until it's proven to be not to be harmful. So it can take years before we realize something is harmful, right? And it's up to us, the people, to prove it. I mean, it's crazy. In Europe, it's the opposite way. So industry cannot use a chemical unless they prove before that it's not harmful. So do you see the power balance here? Anyway, just out of the subject again, but just if you live in the US, just be mindful that we have even more bad chemical in all the product we use every day. So what you inhale, your cleaners, all the perfume, all the scents that you have in your house, okay? Again, use essential oils diffuser instead of those plugs that smell good. Use cleaning product. Now we have options. If you really look, we have options. One that I like was Melaleuca. I use those. What else did I use? I don't remember. Melaleuca is one option, for cleaning products, but there are a lot. I think there is one like Norwex. It's another company. You can share some of your family. Yeah, that's a good point. Oh, Alendra, for whoever here who make their own cleaning product, I don't. It's just like one more step for me to do. I'm a busy single mom of 5, right? But for those of you who do, please share. We'd be happy to hear about it. Okay. I know vinegar is a great option. So what you ingest, what you inhale, now what you put on your skin. All of those, creams, makeup, all of those. Look if it's on the cleaner side or if it's dirty. And for that, there are some great resources out there. I encourage you to go on the EWG website, ewg.org. They have a whole list. So you can just put in, whatever you use, and they can come up with, like a number. It's dirty, it's this, it's that. There are some apps that you can use on your phone. One of them is Think Dirty, where you can actually scan your product so you can see how dirty or clean it is. So there is a lot more available today, guys. You can really make the shift if you want to. It's just a matter of how seriously do you take this? And then we can think into in terms of rooms, because it can be very, very overwhelming. Okay, it's like, oh my God, there is so much, it's everywhere. What do I do? It can be overwhelming, and I don't want you to get into overwhelmed, because when we get overwhelmed, we don't do anything, and that's not what we want here. Okay, we want to actually do something about it. So we talk about the food, we talk about the water. Those will be your first 2 things to work on. Cleaning products and personal care products, next thing to do. And that's easy enough. You just have to switch products. You just do a little search and switch product. That's not that difficult, okay? And then we can keep going. It's like step by step. Each week, implement something new. Maybe a week later, you look into your kitchen. Okay, in the kitchen, one easy step. Ditch all of your plastic container. Ditch your aluminum. Ditch your plastic wrap. And use glassware instead. Ditch your plastic cups. Use glass instead. Or stainless steel, for if you have kids, for bottle. Now I used to have lots of plastic thing. It was just so easy, so convenient. Now I have glass, containers to store my food, to warm up my food. Glass container. That's an easy one. That's an easy step. You go to Walmart, they have a big box of different size containers. Never warm up your food in a microwave in plastic. Never use plastic around something hot, because then the plastic leach into the food that you eat. So that's an easy one. Another step, if you want to, if you are ready for it, you can think of, your pan. What are you cooking with? All of your aluminum based, pan are not good. When you heat your food, that leaks into the food. Um, we can go on and on, okay? And I'm going to stop there because we can go on and on. But really take it step by step. The other place where you want to be focusing on is your bedroom, because that's where you sleep. That's where you spend 8 hours of your day. And your sleep is crucial because, again, that's when your body rejuvenates. That's when your body heals. So you want to make sure that your bedroom is like a sanctuary, like a place for your body to really do what it needs to do, rest. So no electronic devices, and especially no Wi-Fi in your bedroom. One type of pollution, one type of toxicity that we are bombarded with is EMF. Those radiation from your cell phone. For fertility, that's something very important to understand. Don't carry your cell phone and your laptop and all those stuff on you all the time. For men, they say one of the fertility issues for men comes from having their cell phone, around their, close to their genitals. So get your cell phone out of your bedroom at night. Turn off you know what I do at home? I just unplug the modem at home at night. That's what I do. I turn off everything, the laptop, the computer, the cell phone, turning everything off. If you cannot, just put, airplane mode, all of that. Because those are now we know. It's not just it's not fiction. It's a truth. It's a reality. Our body is, those EMF are harmful for our bodies. So that's reducing our daily exposure. Reducing our daily exposure. That's one step. The less we, bring in our body, the better the body will be. Because, the liver is doing a lot of work for you, right? It's filtering all of this crap. So the less you burden your liver, the better it will function. So another way to keep, to not burden our liver too much, and that's fully in your power, is, again, eating food that are easy to digest. The less we burden our liver, the more it will be capable of processing and eliminating, filtering those toxins, right? Dumping them into the intestine, so then they can go out, with our bowel movement. So the more you eat, and so we go back to yesterday, everything is interconnected, okay? Your stress, your food, your detox, all of that. The more we eat clean, and the more we eat food that is easy to digest, the less we burden our liver. And the higher the capacity for our liver to actually process those toxins every day. So what food again? Fruits and vegetables. What food is burdening for the liver? Fat, animal product, sugar, all of those, like processed sugar, processed food, junk food, all of that will be making our liver work harder, which means that it cannot, deal with all of those toxins at the same time. Again, the body is amazing, guys, but it has limits too, okay? So, number 1, reducing exposure. Number 2, giving our body what it needs to actually, so supporting the body in its natural way to detox. So what do I mean by that? So, providing it with all the nutrients it needs to function, to have the detox function work. What kind of food? Again, vegetable and fruits, but like antioxidant, rich food. Cruciferous vegetables are amazing for that. Cabbage, Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, broccoli, Those are easy to eat. Just have some every day. One of those every day. Cruciferous vegetable. Some herbs and spices are great. Cilantro is a great one. Parsley is a great one. Like I mentioned yesterday, have a smoothie with cilantro. Have a green juice with cilantro. And lemon. Lemon is great with lemon water. Great to help also, strengthen our natural ability to detox. What else? So helping our body by giving it what it needs, the nutrient that it needs. Then one thing before we talk about all of that, if your detox pathway, like your ability to go to the bathroom and all of that, are not functioning properly, it's going to be harder to actually get the toxins out. So one thing first, you want to make sure that you can poop, that you are pooping regularly, okay? Because if you are trying to detox but you are not pooping out, then it doesn't matter. It's going to be those toxins are going to recirculate in your body. So you want to make sure that you can poop, at least one, even better, 2 to 3 times a day. Sweating is the great example too. Sweating is a great way to get those toxins out. So, but when you sweat, you want to make sure that you wash yourself right after, because again, if you let your sweat dry on yourself, it's reabsorbing those toxins again. So, using food to help the body detox. Now, and what it is, it's again vegetable and fruits. It's not meat, it's not grains. Those are not the ingredients that are going to help you detox. So, and on the contrary, again, they put more burden on your liver. So, going back to day 2, 80% of your diet should be fruits and vegetables. Another way to help our natural detoxification is making sure that we support our microbiome, that we support a healthy microbiome. How? Again, food, fiber-rich food, lifestyle, less stress, less hydration from your cell phone, because the cell phone is also something that affects our microbiome. So in the end, we always come back to the same thing, right? And then a third way, so using those food on a daily basis to help daily processing of the toxin is great. And it's not something that you cannot do. I mean, everybody can do that. Third one is once in a while, like actually supporting our detox organ, like the liver, maybe doing a cleanse, maybe 2 to 3 times a year, to really, when we clean up the liver, then again, there is more, it has more energy to process what it needs to process. And by doing those cleans too, it helps. It's like, now the body has the ability to go back into the storage. Because it needs to have what it requires to process daily. But then we also want at some point to be able to get into the storage and the burden that we have accumulated over like 40 whatever years and even generations. So for that, it's more than just daily food. We want maybe to do some cleanse once in a while, and a cleanse could be juicing. Hold on, before I go into that, the idea is, if you give your body a break from other functions like digestion, for example, again, digestion uses a lot of energy. And if you give it a break from stuff that are difficult for it to process, like again, animal products, fats, grains. So then the body will have more energy, more resources to go and get into detoxifying storage, like stuff that have been like burden that's been there in your body for years. Do you see what I mean? So the idea of a cleanse is really to give our body a break so that it has energy to start looking at, okay, so let's look, let's go and look at where I have toxins stored, and let's see what we can take care of today. That's kind of the idea. And that's, detox is like it's like a buzzing word today, because we know it's important, guys, to be healthy, and live long. Eating clean is not enough. We have to actively support our body in its detoxification process. It's just what it is today. That's, from our modern world. So detox is a big buzzword today, and there are many protocols out there, and there are a lot of protocols that use a lot of, supplements and a lot of, pills. The way I see it, sometimes, it's good to use some supplements to support, but we want to do it more like through natural ways, like, again, going into a cleanse that use food. So maybe juicing for a few days. When we juice, we give our digestion a break, we give our liver a break, so that the body on its own can go and take care of what it needs to take care of. We can do a mono diet for maybe a week. Mono diet is eating only one ingredient, for example, bananas, for 7 days. By doing that, again, we are giving our body a break. We can fast. Is an amazing way to do it too. When we fast, we give our body a break from having to digest the food. So then the body has energy to go. The body always look for what it needs to do first for our survival. So it will prioritize. So if it has a break from digesting and from digesting, for example, then it will have energy to go into what's next to him. And another way to cleanse is using castor oil. That's one thing I like to do, ingesting castor oil. Castor oil is amazing. It's one of those magical products. But let me tell you a little disclaimer. For all of that, it's best to do that with someone, to have someone to do that with you, than doing it on your own, okay? But those are like ideas for you. Supporting the body in its natural ability to detox. Now, let me see, where did I want to go? And then, outside of the food, there are other ways that support, getting the toxins out. Again, I talk about sweating. So, using infrared sauna. Nice way to do that, right? You just go lay down in your sauna. Don't forget to take a shower right after. If you don't have a sauna at home, go in a gym when they have one. My gym has one. Here in the US, I go to Crunch. And I love it. They have an infrared sauna. I love going to the gym after my Zumba class, and I sweat double. But then it's important to take your shower right away so that you don't, let those toxins recirculate. So sauna is great. Just exercise. If you don't have access to a sauna, just go outside or even inside your house and just exercise and start sweating. What else? Ionic foot baths. Foot bath is another way. Castor oil packs, around your liver. A great way to support your liver. What else? Hope, tell me. Using binders to, bind those toxins. There are some that are like spray. Bunch of, options here. I'm not trying to be exhaustive, okay? Because there are a lot of possibilities. But I'm just trying to give you some ideas, okay? But remember, it always starts with food first. Food first. Eating what we need, eating what the body needs to get all the nutrients required for the detox process, and eating food that are easy to digest so that we don't put too much burden on our liver. Our liver is an amazing organ. Give it love, guys. It's on your right side, under your ribs. Just put your hands here, give it some love, because your liver is doing so much for you guys, so much, and we tend to underappreciate it. So give it some love. And you know what? A lot of us today, suffer from a sluggish liver, because it's we push too much burden on it, okay? We just put too much. So most of us suffer from a sluggish liver, which makes it more difficult then to process the toxins. So just give your liver some love, put a castor oil pack on it, do a liver cleanse, once in a while, give it a break from fat, animal product, and grains, and it will be happy again. And it's interesting, in Chinese medicine, the liver is associated with anger issues. So it's interesting too that so many of us has sluggish liver and it's associated with anger. Who doesn't have anger detox herbal teas? Yes, dandelion. Yes, you're right. Oh, something I forgot to mention. I'm glad you say that, Hope. Great for the liver are bitter food. So something that you can implement in your daily routine is having some bitter herbs, some bitter food. Dandelion, arugula. Make an arugula salad with some radishes. Great for your liver. I drink almost every day a liver juice, a juice for the liver, which is, I mentioned that I think last time, which is cilantro, asparagus, red apple, and something else, and cucumber. Just like daily little things that support our liver. What is bitter? Some leafy greens are bitter. Some teas are just for supporting the liver too. So show your liver some love by reducing the burden and giving it things that it needs to clean itself. Okay. I think that was primarily what I wanted to say. Any questions, guys? Who has questions? Today is a big topic. We could spend a week talking about toxins. I really just condensed everything. There is so much more. I just wanted to, my main thing for today was to start giving you an awareness that toxicity could be really like a big piece in your struggle. And that it's not something that just goes away, okay? You cannot just pray that it goes away. You have to be proactive about it by reducing your exposure and actively, giving your body what it needs so that it can process and eliminate those toxins. Having our detox pathway open is very important. So being able to poop, being able to sweat, breathing, it's very important. And then I have a protocol where it's like I have different layers also, because again we want to take care of our daily, but also start getting into the reserve to get rid of it. And it's very important, very, very important for you, for your health, for your ability to conceive, and for your baby and future generation. Because if you do the work now, that's something that you won't get to your baby and that your baby won't give to their kids later. So it's work that we need to do now for future generations. It's that important. I know I'm a little bit dramatic, but it's that important. It's like taking care of your old programming and your limiting belief now, so that the next generation won't have those. It's that important. Any questions, guys? And okay, so again, it was a big topic. I really went over it maybe a little bit quick, but I don't want to just throw you too much. Reminder, on Sunday, we have a bonus call with Sonia. Sonia is amazing. She tuned in to Higher Self and Universal Intelligence to give you some answers. I'm a certified intuitive life coach with her. And so on Sunday, she will be here with us to answer your questions. So Sunday will be a Zoom call so that you can ask your question live if you want. If you cannot be live at 5, it's going to be 5 p.m. on Sunday, Eastern time, 5 p.m. Eastern time, which will be 2 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. UK time, 7 a.m. Brisbane time, because Sonia is from Australia. That's how I know. So that's a great occasion, guys, to ask a question live. If you cannot be live, I will have a post on our Facebook group where you can, where you can ask your question in a thread, okay? And she will answer those questions on the call. It's going to be Zoom, okay? Remember, it's Zoom. It's not live like we do now. And then, guys, I want to ask you, if you feel that you are someone who needs help, support in doing this, I would love to invite you to join me for an amazing 90-day journey. It's a 90-day journey of personal transformation, body, mind, spirit, everything. Because, as you have seen over those 3 days, I'm about wholeness. We are multidimensional beings, and the solution to your struggle is multidimensional. It cannot be just a pill. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. So it's a 90-day journey to personal transformation, so that you can then become this woman who is an energetic match for her baby. If you feel that you are someone who is in that space, like calling in this beautiful, highly aware baby, and need to do a little bit of work to match this soul, I invite you to this 90-day journey. It's going to be a group program where we meet once a week, and we will be meeting one-on-one one time, so that I can help you clearing your limiting belief. We can go a little bit deeper, when we are one-on-one. And during this journey, we will work on the food aspect, the diet. We will work on the cleansing. There will be a lot of cleansing. So be ready. It can be a little bit rocky. But, the idea is really to get rid of as much as we can of those toxins out of your body. And there will be some, energy healing, energetic tools. And also part of this program will be to teach you how to do access bar. I talk about access bar on day one. Access bar is a hands-on technique that helps you release limiting belief. And it's an amazing tool, okay? Guys, access bar changed my life in 2018 and helped me get out of a marriage of, I was with my husband for like 26 years. We were together for 26 years, 5 kids. And I was really feeling trapped and it was not working out for me. And I was able to get out of it with, very smoothly, thanks to, using access bar in my life. It has changed everything for me. And on day one, I shared some of the tools. Remember, how does it get any better than this? And it's an interesting point of view. So part of this program will be for you to go through the 1-day certification class with your partner, okay? Because that's the thing. Fertility, it's a couple project. It cannot be just one person, because it's 2 people here making a baby, okay? And so this class will be for you and your partner, so that you can, give it to each other's sessions at home. It's amazing. And what else? And also one more thing, part of this program will be to give you on divine energy healing level 1, so that it's something you can do for yourself and you can do for your baby. Because when I did my divine energy healing training, level 3, master level, I had this vision of women just giving birth. And as soon as they got their baby in their hands, they were using this divine energy healing on their baby. It was just beautiful. Divine energy healing, you may not know what it is. It's just like 21st century Reiki, okay? It's just like new Reiki. It's amazing. We call in different energies and stuff. It's great. So that's a 90-day group program where we are a community. Now you may be wondering, yeah, it sounds interesting. So who wants to know the details? Who wants to know the details? We will be starting May 10th. So it's coming soon. I'm very excited about that. There is nothing like a group, to really be together on this journey. And you will get weekly call every week, and one-on-one call with me, so we can actually go into the subconscious stuff, the limiting belief. And then I have a special bonus. Well, 2 bonuses. For the ladies who say, yes, it's me, who knows already that they are ready for this personal transformation. So it's not a magic pill. It's not just a diet, okay? It's a lot more than that. It's a personal transformation. For the ladies who say yes before Tuesday next week, you will get a $600 discount and you will receive 2 more sessions one-on-one with me. So you will have 1 session a month because, we want to go deep. We really want to go deep. What's going on there? What could be a block? That may not be food, that may not be toxin, but what could be a subconscious blocks that you have. So the price is normally $2,500 for those 3 months. But if you sign up before Tuesday, it's $1,900. And you can pay in 3 times. I have a payment plan 3 times. Whatever, make it work for you, because I'm here to help. I did everything I could for those 3 days to give you some great information. And it's really now in your hand. You can either go with it, do it on your own, and do what you have to do with your partner. But if you are someone who needs a little bit more support and like a community, because we know information is great, but the main thing is being able to implement. And the implementation is where we usually need a little extra support. Then just send me a message and we can discuss. We can see what we can do together. And one thing when it comes to, those limiting beliefs and stuff, it's very hard to clear on your own. And during those 90 days, I'll do that with you one-on-one, during 1 session or 3 sessions, depending if you sign up before Tuesday. And we'll do that through the access bar modality. So if you're ready to turn your life around in 3 months, just reach out to me, okay? I'm here for you in every way I can, because it's not just for you, it's for those babies that are coming. All of those new generation of amazing babies who are just waiting for us to be ready. So that's what I'm here for. Now, reminder again, Sunday we have this bonus call with Sonia, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And then next week I'll do a little live about the microbiome, because that's a very important piece when it comes to your health and your baby health. If the healthier your microbiome today and during your pregnancy, the healthier your baby will be long term, because your microbiome is key to your baby developing its immune system. So we'll talk about that a little bit this week, because that's something I love to talk about, and that's very important, and that's unfortunately our OBGYN, our doctor don't mention too much. So ladies, it's Friday, yes. And you know what? It was great today. No kids at home. Yes, my Anais, my little 3-year-old, she was finally able to go to daycare today. And I have the house for myself. And it's amazing. A little bit, because I have to say, it was not easy to go to do these trainings with her, on my side. But, it's life. How does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? What's right about this, I have not considered yet. Remember those? So those, by the way, are tools from the Access Bar class. So if you sign up for this program, you and your spouse and your partner will be able to, get the full 1-day Access Bar certification class. So more of those tools again, because they're amazing. And they can change everything in our life, really. Okay. Guys, I think that's it. Maybe I can wrap up real quick because I'm on a roll now. Day 1, we talk about the stress. Stress is something very real that affects, your body. Stress creates reactions in your body that may really well, be an issue for you to conceive. We talk about how your thoughts and your emotions can create more stress, in your body. And also how your limiting belief in your subconscious, that by definition you are not aware of, create your reality. Because it's like, you project all of those beliefs out and you create everything in your life from those beliefs or this programming, So, and then the thoughts that come to your head during your day, are influenced by your subconscious. So if you are someone who keeps having like very negative thinking, we want to look at what's behind that. What limiting belief can we erase so that we can shift. And then we also talk about those, little amazing tools from Access Consciousness to help us shift this, again, this, like these patterns of thinking negatively, of, being triggered and being in anger and all of that. All those emotions that are very low vibration emotions and keep us down. So that was day one. Day two was about food and what to eat according to our physiology, not just according to a dogma, you should not eat this, you should not eat that, but more according to our physiology. What should we eat to make sure that we don't have any deficiencies in our body, to make sure that we can digest our food properly, and that we are bringing everything that our body needs to function properly every day. And which, best food is raw as much as possible, vegetable, green leafy, leafy greens and fruits. It doesn't have to be just that, you can have a little bit of meat product as long as it's very high quality. You can have a little bit of fish as long as it's smaller fish, high quality. You can have, nuts and seeds. Just going back into day three, be mindful of your consumption of, refined sugar, of course, caffeine, alcohol, and fats and animal product, because all of those put a burden on your liver and makes it work extra hard when your liver is already trying very hard to process toxins from your daily exposure. Okay, so now day three, going into day three, being mindful of what you eat, what you put in your mouth, what you drink, what you put on your skin, what you inhale, eating organic as much as you can, supporting your body in its natural ability to detox with proper food, proper nutrients, proper lifestyle. Again, moving your body, sweating, sleeping enough, reducing your exposure to Wi-Fi, going in nature. Okay, there is nothing like going in nature and walking bare feet on the grass, on the beach. It's called grounding. I'm sure you heard about that. It helps, rebalance ourselves when we use a lot of electronics. It's great to go outside and ground yourself. A little thing that I do when I go outside, let me just tell you that, share with you. So I love working outside. It's just one of the things I love. And when I walk outside, it's another Access Consciousness tool where, I pull energy. So I pull energy from everything outside, from the trees, from the sky, from the universe, from the earth. I pull energy because our body needs energy, right? So I pull energy into my body. And when I walk outside, I take the time. I looking into the sunlight, amazing. I know people love wearing glasses. I don't wear glasses anymore now because getting sun into your eyes is great. It's bringing energy into your body. It's helping, balancing your circadian rhythm, knowing when to be awake, when to be asleep. So getting sun into your eyes is great. I love it. Getting sun on your skin is great. Taking the time when you go out, listening to the bird, watching around, noticing, the bugs, the birds, the trees, all of that. Getting out of your head. So anyway, I was sharing that. But so today was about helping the liver function better with the food that it loves, and by eliminating the burden we put on it. And then reducing our exposure everywhere we can, because we have a lot of power in that. There are a lot of power we don't have. Like, for example, if there is a big, cell tower above your head, you don't have much power unless you move. Or again, if you go outside, if there is like chemtrail, like if there is pollution in the air, you cannot do much about it. But when it comes to your food, your water, again, all of those things, you have power, okay? And that's really one thing I want you to understand from those 3 days is you have power. You have power to make changes, to take charge of your health, your thoughts, your emotions, cleaning your subconscious so that you can be in a space where you can conceive, so that you can be in an energetic space where you are a match for your baby, so that you just vibrate, at this frequency, different frequency. So power in your hand. And today also, how to actively cleanse the body, doing some cleanse, once in a while. Don't 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 buy into the fate of supplements detox, because what can happen if you detox too fast, if you release too much toxins into your body too fast, your system is overloaded and you are going to get sick. You are going to get sick, and we don't want you to get sick. So anyway, I think that's really it. Guys, any questions? Don't forget Sunday 5 p.m. Any questions for me before I say goodbye, before I say good weekends? I'm waiting for you. I know there is a delay. If you want to discuss, if you want to, chat about my 90-day journey, you can send me a PM. You can book, a call with me. We can discuss about it. When on Sunday after the call with Sonia, I will offer you guys to a free 15-minute session to look at one block and clearing one belief. That's a gift to you. But if you want to talk about, I don't know, if you want to talk about anything, just let me know. Send me a PM. I'm available next week. I clear out my calendar. Hopefully all the kids will be very healthy going to school and daycare. But do you have any question before we say goodbye? I hope you got exactly what you needed right now. And the main thing to realize, again, to remember, is that infertility is not, it's more than just, like I said, it's more than just diet, it's more than just supplements, it's more than just drugs. It's multi-layered, and that's how we want to approach it. We want to approach it from a very holistic point of view, a holistic perspective. Okay, so I don't see any question, but if never you do, just go back into the group, ask them here. It was my pleasure to have you. We are not completely done. Remember to be here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday. It's going to be amazing. I can wait for you to meet Sonia. She's great. And I look forward to hearing from you, to be chatting and answering questions. Happy weekends, guys.